Have you ever found yourself feeling, a bit stuck in your career? Maybe like you're on a path that just isn't moving quite as fast as you'd hoped. Or maybe not even in the right direction. Or perhaps you're looking out at the professional world and just seeing constant change and wondering how on earth you navigate it all. Well, what if we started looking at your professional life not as some fixed track, but as something more dynamic, more alive, almost like building your own successful venture, always evolving, always adapting.
That's a really powerful way to think about it. Because fundamentally, every single one of us, deep down, we're creators. We're
Hmm.
problem solvers. And look, this isn't about suddenly needing to become a full-blown entrepreneur, launching a startup tomorrow. It's more about recognizing and tapping into that fundamental human drive we all have to innovate, to adapt, and then applying that same spirit directly to your own professional journey, wherever you are, whatever you do. That's really what this deep dive is about, extracting that essential mindset, those core skills you need to do just that
Oh.
for yourself.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that a bit because for a long time, the professional world, it felt pretty predictable, didn't it? Like a ladder. You'd join a big company, you'd get trained up, find mentors, and just, steadily climb the ranks, hopefully towards a comfortable retirement. It was almost like an escalator, right?
Yeah.
You got on at the bottom,
Right.
and if you just kept showing up, it carried you up.
Yeah, that was the promise anyway.
But the game, it feels like it's changed dramatically. That escalator, it feels jammed, like really jammed.
It is, and it's jammed for everyone.
Exactly. Young people are struggling to even get a foot on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-career folks are often stuck in this kind of promotionless limbo.
Yet, treading water.
And even people nearing retirement age are finding it, well, surprisingly hard to step off gracefully. It's a totally different landscape now.
You're absolutely right. And this isn't just some temporary glitch in the system. It's a fundamental transformation, driven by these huge global forces. Think rapid tech changes, this incredible interconnectedness we have now. I mean, think about it. Jobs that once required really deep specialized knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, more and more, they're being automated. Or parts of them are, and the new roles popping up.
Yeah.
They demand totally different skills, often higher level ones.
Right.
And here's the kicker. The competition for your job, whatever it is, it's now global. It's fiercer than it's ever been. So that begs a really critical question, doesn't it? If companies aren't investing in your long-term development, your training, like they maybe used to.
Who is?
Exactly.
Who is?
The answer have to be you. You see, the very conditions that used to apply almost only to starting a brand new business.
Like what?
Well, things like having limited information, tight resources, constant unpredictable change, absolutely no guarantees. Those conditions, that's now the everyday reality for pretty much all careers.
Okay, so if that's the new normal, what does that actually mean for you? For the listener, what do you do? It sounds like it means adopting, well, maybe like an owner's mindset towards your career.
That's a great way to put it. An owner's mindset. Think about how a successful new company operates. It's constantly adapting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Iterating, pivoting when it needs to.
Right, reacting to the market, to challenges.
Precisely. And that's the kind of approach you need for your professional life now. It really boils down to developing what we might call your unique professional edge.
Your edge, okay. What exactly is that?
Well, the key thing here is that your edge isn't some fixed thing you discover once and then just, keep forever. It's dynamic. It's this interplay, this blend of three key things.
Okay, 3 things.
First, what you bring to the table right now. Your unique mix of skills, your experiences, your connections, your assets.
Got it. What I have now.
Second, what truly drives you? What are you passionate about? What are your core values? And really understanding that these things can and probably will evolve as you grow.
Okay, so my assets and my aspirations.
Exactly. And third, and this is crucial, what does the market actually need? What does it value right now?
The reality check.
Precisely. Your strongest position, your sweet spot where you're most competitive, that comes from aligning those three things. Think about maybe someone who combines, say, a deep understanding of a specific cultural context with cutting-edge tech expertise.
Okay.
That fusion isn't common, right? And it gives them a massive advantage over someone who only has one or the other. You're looking for that unique intersection where your strengths shine brightest against what everyone else is offering.
That makes sense. And that naturally leads to how you actually plan and adapt in this kind of chaotic world. You mentioned those rigid 5 or 10-year plans. They seem kind of obsolete now.
Very much so. They lock you in. Instead, you need to embrace this idea, sometimes called a permanent beta mindset.
Permanent beta, like software testing.
Exactly like software. Software that's always being improved, always in a test phase, never really finished.
Hmm.
Your career is the same.
Mm.
It's never finished. You should always be learning, always growing, tweaking, refining.
Constantly updating yourself.
You have to. Because if you're not actively moving forward, consciously developing yourself in this environment, you're actually falling behind.
So how does that translate into actual planning, if not a rigid 5-year plan?
It leads to a much more flexible, kind of resilient way of thinking about your path. Picture this. You got your main path, your current focus. That's your plan A.
Okay.
But then you also develop a backup plan, maybe a slight pivot, something that keeps you generally in the same field but uses slightly different skills or markets. That's your plan B.
A related alternative.
Right. And crucially, you need a true safety net, a plan Z. This is for if things really, really go sideways.
Like a complete fallback.
Exactly. But plan Z isn't usually a long-term aspiration. It's your lifeboat. It's what gives you the psychological safety, the freedom to take bolder, smarter risks with your plan A.
Because you know you won't completely sink if it fails.
Precisely. And the core principle underlying all this is prioritizing learning over just immediate gain. You need to experiment constantly. Take small, reversible steps like little bets to test your hypotheses about where you want to go.
Don't wait for perfect information.
No, you'll wait forever. Act, learn, adjust, and always try to think at least 2 steps ahead. Make moves now that open up the most future possibilities, keeping your options wide.
Okay, so we've talked about mindset, adaptability, planning, but beyond your own individual efforts, there's something else, right? A force multiplier.
Absolutely, a huge one. Your network, the people around you.
Right. We often hear about the self-made person, but that feels a bit like a myth, doesn't it?
It really is. Nobody truly succeeds entirely alone. This is about understanding the power of what you might call I-we.
We.
Yeah, your individual power, the I, amplified exponentially by the people around you. Your collective team, the we.
Okay, but building a professional network, sometimes it feels a bit, I don't know, transactional, slimy even.
Huh. It could feel that way if it's done wrong. But genuine supportive connections, that's different. It's not about just grabbing as many business cards as you can at some event,
Yeah.
or keeping score, like, I did this for you, now you owe me.
Right.
It's built on deep empathy, truly understanding others. It's about helping others first, generously, without expecting an immediate tit for tat, and taking a long-term view. Think of it more like a collaborative dance, moving together towards something.
Shared purpose, not just individual gain.
Exactly. That's where the real power lies.
And I've heard that not all connections are created equal, that there are different types of relationships within your network.
That's a really important distinction. You absolutely have different strengths within your network. You've got your core, let's call them your professional allies.
Okay, who are they?
These are the trusted few, the people who give you honest, candid advice, even when it's tough to hear. They share opportunities, they vouch for you, they really have your back, especially when things get difficult.
Your inner circle.
Yeah, your inner circle, exactly. But then you also have what are called weak ties.
Weak ties. That sounds less useful.
Counterintuitively, no. These are your acquaintances.
Yeah.
People you don't know intimately, maybe you met them once or twice, or they're friends of friends. But they provide a crucial bridge. A bridge to new information, different perspectives, opportunities you would never encounter within your close-knit circle.
Because they move in different worlds.
Precisely. It's a surprising truth, but often breakthrough ideas or job leads come from these weak ties, not your best friends.
And this network? It goes beyond the people I know directly.
Oh, way beyond. Think about it. Your friends have friends,
Yeah.
and their friends have friends. This creates this vast, extended network, second-degree connections, third-degree connections.
Mhm.
And interestingly, research often points to about 3 degrees of separation as the sweet spot for getting actionable introductions.
3 degrees, so a friend of a friend of a friend.
Sort of, yeah. Close enough that some trust can still be transferred, but far enough to likely bring new information. Tapping into this means you actually have to ask your first-degree connections for introductions sometimes.
That can feel awkward.
It can, but the key is how you ask. Always think,
Yeah.
how can I add value for the person I want to meet? Why should they want to talk to me? Make it a win-win. It's not just about what you can get.
Okay, networking helps, but opportunities, they don't just fall into your lap, even with a great network.
Not usually, no.
Yeah.
You have to actively find them, and often you have to create them yourself.
Create them? How?
It starts with curiosity, an incredible amount of curiosity. Constantly asking, why? Why is this process like this? Why isn't there a solution for that? Could this be done better?
Questioning the status quo.
Yes. And then there's this powerful idea that you can actually court serendipity.
Or serendipity. Make luck happen.
Kind of. It means staying in motion, being active. Attend events, even virtual ones. Meet new people. Step outside your usual routine, your comfort zone. By constantly doing things, exploring, interacting, you essentially stir the pot. You dramatically increase the chances for those valuable chance encounters, those unexpected collisions of ideas or people that spark new opportunities.
Any other strategies for finding or creating these chances?
Definitely. Connect to existing human networks. Think industry groups, professional associations, alumni networks, even volunteer organizations. Or, hey, start your own informal gathering around a shared interest.
Tap into communities.
Exactly. These groups are often just hotbeds of shared knowledge, support, and, yes, opportunities. And then sometimes your back is just against the wall. That's when you have to do the hustle.
The hustle, meaning?
Meaning being incredibly resourceful. Think of those famous stories like founders selling breakfast cereal door to door to fund their tech startup because they were broke. And being resilient. Like the team who, facing shutdown, marshaled this massive lobbying effort in Congress to save their online music service. It worked. Those moments of intense pressure, of needing to improvise and push through, that's often where breakthrough opportunities are forged.
Yeah.
It reveals your capacity.
Okay, that hustle often involves risk, though.
And risk. It gets a bad rap, doesn't it? People tend to avoid it.
It does get a bad rap. We often equate it just with recklessness or potential disaster.
Yeah.
But look, risk is a permanent part of life. It's unavoidable. Trying to eliminate it entirely is futile, maybe even dangerous. So mastering intelligent risk-taking, that's absolutely crucial for seizing those kinds of opportunities we just talked about.
Intelligent risk-taking, not just being reckless.
Exactly. Strategic. Thoughtful.
So how do you assess risk intelligently? Is there a simple way?
Surprisingly, yes. Forget super complex financial models for a moment, for personal career decisions anyway. Ask yourself one core question. Is the worst-case scenario tolerable?
Tolerable, meaning if the absolute worst happens, can you still survive? Can you still be in the game afterwards? Can you recover? If failure means you're permanently wiped out, then it's probably not an intelligent risk.
Okay. Can I survive the worst case? What else?
Also ask, can I reverse this decision partway through if it's not working? Or can I pivot easily to my plan B? Is there an off-ramp? And importantly, consider your stage in life. Generally speaking, when you're younger, the downside consequences of a failure are often lower. You have more time to recover, so you can sometimes afford to be a bit bolder.
That makes sense.
And remember this, in a world that's changing as fast as ours is, sometimes the riskiest thing you can do is nothing.
Inaction as risk.
Absolutely. Staying put and just hoping the world doesn't change around you, that's a huge gamble.
That leads to something interesting I read. This idea that taking on small, short-term risks can actually make you more stable in the long run. It sounds backward.
It does sound counterintuitive, but think about it. Think of controlled burns in a forest.
Okay, small fires set on purpose.
Right. Those small managed disruptions prevent the buildup of fuel that could lead to a massive, uncontrollable, devastating wildfire later on.
Ah, I see the analogy.
It's similar with careers. Careers that involve constant smaller ups and downs where you're always adapting, learning from small failures, navigating uncertainty, they build incredible resilience. They make you anti-fragile in a way.
So you're less likely to be shattered by a big, unexpected shock.
Exactly. You're far more adaptable. If you don't actively seek out some managed risks, some small disruptions to learn from, then eventually the big, unpredictable disruption will find you. And it often finds you at the worst possible time when you're least prepared.
So making these decisions, assessing risk, navigating uncertainty, where do the insights come from? It can't all be just gut feeling.
No, definitely not. You need intelligence. And a huge source of that is your network. We can call it network intelligence.
Network intelligence, so tapping into what my connections know.
Precisely. It's not just what you know, but who you know that informs you. Think of your connections as this vast, distributed network of sensors out there in the world.
The sensors?
Yeah. Each person has unique observations, unique experiences, different perspectives based on where they sit. They can offer personalized advice and insights that you simply won't find in any book, any article, or any Google search.
Real-world, tailored knowledge.
Exactly. The trick, of course, is knowing who to ask for what kind of insight. Do you need a domain expert, a trusted ally who knows your situation deeply, or maybe just someone genuinely smart who can offer a completely different angle.
Right. Different questions for different people.
And knowing how to ask good questions. Questions that don't just elicit a simple yes or no, but that draw out useful, actionable insights. That's a skill in itself.
Okay, so bringing this all together, what does this really mean for you, the listener, moving forward? It sounds like it means fundamentally shifting how you see your career, not as some path laid out for you, but as a dynamic, evolving venture where you are the entrepreneur, you're the architect.
Beautifully put, yes.
It means constantly investing in that unique edge, really understanding your assets, your passions, and the market realities.
Uh-huh. Continual investment.
It means adapting your plans fluidly, embracing that permanent beta idea you mentioned,
Always learning, always iterating.
and actively cultivating that powerful network, seeing it not just as contacts, but as your extended team, your collective intelligence.
And if we just zoom out for a second, connect this to the bigger picture. Applying these ideas, this mindset, it isn't just about your own individual success or getting ahead professionally. There's a ripple effect, Your journey of personal growth, of adapting and innovating with this kind of entrepreneurial spirit, it actually contributes something positive. It helps build a more adaptable, more innovative, more resilient society overall. Your growth fuels collective growth.
Yeah. So here's maybe a final thought to leave you with as you step into whatever's next for you professionally. In a world where, let's face it, the traditional playbooks are constantly changing, maybe even becoming obsolete, how can you stop just trying to follow the rules someone else wrote? How can you instead start to actively write your own playbook, continually adapting it, continually reinventing what's possible for your own unique journey?
The most crucial step is simply to start. Wherever you are, whatever your situation, just start. And never stop starting.